Oh, hello, hello, everyone. How are you today? My name is Dr. Jana Roark. I am the essential oil vet. For those of you that don't know me, hopefully my internet connection will kick in here a little bit better for some reason. It's just, oh, now it's looking a little better. Okay, cool. If you are hopping on live, be sure to let me know you can hear me, one, and two, where you're coming in from, what essential oil you're using today. It's been a while because of the holidays since I've done one of these live on my public page. So for those of you that are new, thank you for following. For those of you that have been around, of course, thank you for following and for hopping on live with me today. I just do a little 10-15 minutes or so Q&A every Sunday, except for over the holidays, of course. And I answer your questions. So if you have a question about animals or essential oils and animals, go ahead and pop that in the chat, in the comments. I will answer some of you guys live. Some of you did post your question before. I didn't usually try to post it about an hour or so before so I can get some questions going. Happy New Year, Carol. I'm so glad you are back too. So so happy to be here. I miss you guys so much. We do have a couple of announcements while we're waiting on people to hop on and ask some questions. So our first announcement is we are 1 week away from our next cohort of the Animal Aromatherapy Specialist Certification course that starts on January 15th. So next Monday, we actually start that amazing course. We have so many amazing, we've had over 600 people go through it. Absolutely incredible. If you want to learn more about essential oils and animals and how to apply that maybe in your existing business or maybe start a little side business doing essential oils and animals, that is the place to get certified, the place to get certified. We do it as a class setting. So it is a group. You get to know your classmates. We are live on Zoom to do the trainings on Mondays and Q&As and go over cases and things like that on Thursdays. And it is really an incredible time. People really get a lot of confidence using essential oils with animals, not just their own animals, but working with other people's animals as well. So throughout that course, and we have a level 2 as well. But the level 1 is only 6 weeks long, and you'll be certified at the end of it once you submit all of your homeworks and quizzes and all of that. It is a true certification. It's not super hard, but not super easy. Because I want it to mean something. And I really created this course with my something that I would want when I was first starting out with essential oils. I was like, there's nothing. I had to learn it all myself. There was a lot of research, and so I just read research articles, and there's a couple books out from other veterinarians that I used as a resource, and was able to really change the world of essential oils, and slowly getting all the veterinarians on board as well. If you are a veterinarian or a technician, you do get 24 continuing education credits. That is it is race approved for 24 credit hours. So absolutely you can get some CE in at the same time, and really go at your own pace, which is pretty nice as well, since it is all online. Okay. So that is my first announcement. The second announcement is in the membership. You guys, we had so many good questions today. We went for almost a full hour in there answering questions. So many good questions, and a lot of them were around nutrition. And so this month, we're actually going to be talking about nutrition. Our webinar, our member exclusive webinar, is on nutrition. And so if you want to learn a little bit more about that for your animal, hop on over to the membership. It's only $27. You don't have to sign up for recurring payments or anything like that if you don't want to, but it's 100% worth it just for that one webinar. I promise you guys. But go ahead and join the membership. You'll have access for a full month and get to play around with it. Do some searching in there as well. It's definitely less than $1 a day, guys. So definitely worth it. And is that the only announcement? Oh, I think those are the only announcements I have for right now. So without further ado, let me get to some of the questions. So there was a couple that were posted ahead of time. The first one is from Lori Calhoun. What oil would you use for a dog with a cough? So we actually have a really good YouTube video that I did about the cough that's going around with dogs, the little virus that's going around. However, if it's not that and your dog just has a cough, the information in there will still absolutely apply. But the oils that I really like for respiratory support, like if your dog has a cough or your cat has a sneeze, then I really like cardamom diffused. You can do cardamom topically diluted. You can use Breathe or AirX for diffusion. Can be really, really helpful for that, all that respiratory support. Rosemary is excellent for respiratory support. Even the eucalyptus blend that we have is quite excellent if you only do 2 to 3 drops in your diffuser. So remember, we're not putting 20 drops in our diffuser just because our noses aren't that great. You can definitely do more. We tend to want to do more just because humans have terrible senses of smell. But remember, your dog has excellent sense of smell. And for a cough, if it is because of an environmental threat, like maybe a bacteria or virus, then you can definitely add some immune supporting stuff as well. And if it is due to maybe a collapsing trachea or like the cartilage in the trachea is not super supportive, you can support that cartilage with a little bit of Immortel diluted or Hill Chrism on that trachea, on the throat. So that would be another option as well. The next question is from Inge. What are the best essential oils for Demodex mange? I can't answer that one because I need to stay compliant. So if you would like a protocol for that, join the membership group. It's definitely in there already. And then aggressive behavior we can talk about. So like aggressive behavior, the number one thing that you can do is training, nothing but training. And you can definitely use some oils to support that. You're not going to use oils instead of that. You have to do training with any kind of behavioral issues. And there are some great trainers available specifically for that are used to working with canine aggression specifically. And training. If your dog is having issues at the vet, anything, all of this comes down to training always. I am not a professional trainer. There are some incredible professional trainers you can follow online. Do a YouTube search, find one that you resonate with. You can reach out to some canine behavioralists in your area locally and support those local businesses that they can actually come to your house and actually help you. And they're all over the world, you guys, all over the world. But as far as oils go, you want to use oils that kind of like help an animal get from panic mode, causing that aggression, to a little bit more like, okay, I can focus on the task at hand. I'm not trying to murder anything because I just need to, they kind of like take a breath, right? So like oils that can help with that, any of the calming oils, lavender, our grounding blend, our calming blends, our reassuring blends, the petitgrain, Roman chamomile, some patchouli can actually be very confidence building if it is like fear aggression, if it is due to fear. And then of course we've got our lavender, so many good calming oils. There's just so many. Rose can also be really helpful, especially if it is a rescue type situation where you don't know their background, can be really helpful. Frankincense, copaiba, also excellent. You can give those ones internally. The next question is from Yasmin. Shared, my 9-year-old dog has seizures. Is there anything to make him feel better? He is on anti-seizure medication. So Yasmin, what I really like for that is actually some oils internally. So make sure your oils do have a, let's see, a supplement facts label. So if you look on the bottle, it should have like a little supplement facts, safe for internal use. But if it doesn't have that, don't give it internally. Okay, safety first, always. But frankincense, copaiba, internally, and then topically, I like to use our grounding blend, which has a little bit of frankincense in it. You can use those during one of those, as well as preventatively once or twice a day. Okay. Let's see. If anybody live has any questions. Hi, Yasmin. Let's see. Nori says frequent urine accidents, female 3-year-old dog. So what I really like for these guys is actually giving them a little bit of the phytoestrogen, especially if it's a spayed female, because spay incontinence can be hormonally related. And so giving a phytoestrogen, the doTERRA ones are totally safe to use for dogs. But the other thing you can do for as far as oils go to support the bladder and support the nervous system that innervates the bladder and those sphincters, is making sure you're doing one, make sure you can go to the vet, one, to make sure that there's no infection, right? We want you to make sure that that's not an issue. But if that's not an issue, then we can definitely do some helichrysum, some cypress, some marjoram. Those are kind of my 3 go-to for this particular thing. And then avoid lavender. Okay. So let's see. Mary Beth says, can you do a drop of undiluted frankincense in a dog's watered down raw meal? The dogs are 52 and 64 pounds. Yes, absolutely. If you guys want to know a little bit about like specific oils like that, definitely head over to essentialoilvet.com. At the top, you can actually click on I think one of the tabs is like resources or something like that. And there's essential oils under there, and you can actually click on those oils that are spotlighted. Frankincense is one of the ones that's spotlighted. If you want like specifics on how much and how to do it and how to use it topically and how to use it internally and all that sort of thing, we do have just a few oils, not all of the oils in there on that website as well. And then Nan says DDR prime added to food. I don't know if this is a question, but yes, you can do that. Lisa. Oh, I can't answer that one. I'm sorry, Lisa. You're welcome, Ange, and you're welcome, Yasmin. Krista, what oils are good for an aural hematoma, which is an ear hematoma, on a 3.5 old lab? He's on some medications, and some physical physical support as well, but it's not going down. So just to know that the main thing with these guys is making sure they don't have an ear infection. 1, 2, making sure that that it doesn't keep bleeding. So it's a little hematoma. It's like a bruise in the ear, but ears have so much vascularity that if they shake their head, it can pop one of those blood vessels or scratch it. And if they keep shaking their head, because it feels funny having a big old balloon ear, they keep doing it, and then it keeps rebleeding basically. So pressure can help. Ice can help a ton. So making sure you're icing it, especially in the first week of it happening. After that, it's not really necessary because it's already clotted. And then oils, it does take time to go down. Just be patient. But oils that can help with this: geranium, helichrysum. I like frankincense, copaiba, and lavender. All of those can help bring that down a little bit quicker. Yeah, he did have an ear infection. They took care of that as well. Okay, perfect. So I'm glad that you're working with a vet on that one for sure. But yes, you can absolutely help these. I actually prefer oils over surgery in these cases because the surgery actually just can, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes they re-injure it and they end up getting a cauliflower ear anyways. So I like doing these, yes, topically, Krista, for those particular guys. Good luck. Fiona says, what oil can I use for my dog's paws for cuts? So we actually have, if you search the Facebook page, Fiona, you should be able to search the public page, And if you search for paw wax, the paw wax is really good for paws, and it is really good for cuts as well. The other thing you can use is the skin rejuvenating spray on the website. So if you go to, um, let me see if I have that one handy. There we go. Essentialoilvet.com/recipes. The skin rejuvenating spray, you could absolutely use that on the paws 4 or 5 times a day. That one is a liquid base, so it's not a salve based. So you want to make sure that you're applying it frequently since they walk it off. You can also put little baby socks over top of them to protect them a little bit in the meantime, or little doggy booties, which you can get off of Amazon or your pet store. They have some really good ones now. Back in the day, there was like horrible foot coverings for dogs, but they have some really amazing ones out there now. They've come a long way for sure. All right, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. If you do want to get in on the membership, be sure to go to essentialoilvet.com/members. We have protocols in there. We do lives every week. We do webinars every month. Remember, this month it is nutrition. So it's one you do not want to miss. We don't just talk about essential oils in there. We talk about everything that has to do with animals. And the other thing that I want to make sure that you guys don't forget about is the animal aromatherapy course, which is starting next Monday. Essentialoilvet.com/animal aromatherapy to join the January 15th rendition of AASD. I hope to see you in there. All right, guys. I love y'all. It's been nice getting back to my routine and doing these every Sunday. I'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m., same time, same place. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.